Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and boy, do I have a fun match for you guys. So, I used to struggle with secondary ships, and I am thoroughly enjoying them now. So, for example, I used to not care for secondary ships, and for example, the two first matches I ever did in Bismarck, I built fully out for accuracy on the guns, and boy, was that a terrible idea. These guns are not made for that, and this ship is not built for that. And for my newfound love of playing a ship the way it kind of feels like it's intended by the game, I have built it to secondaries, and since then have had an amazing amount of fun in this ship. I thought Bismarck's secondaries were probably overrated, but used correctly, these things are super effective. Also, if an Atlantico's not around as well. um, but we're going to go ahead and move in. I was letting my destroyers know, hey, I'm spotted. I am the only thing over here besides the two destroyers, so I do know I'm going to take some heat. Now, I am careful when I come in. Now I know I go pretty close, quickly in here, but I don't lose all my health doing it like a lot of German battleship players. I swear there's a disease in this game. I've talked about it a million times. If you're in a German or Italian battleship, it means you have to charge in instantly and lose all your health. But we're going to chill here for just a second. We see the New Orleans at 9 kilometers in that. Listen, New Orleans is one of my favorite ships. It's a great ship. One thing you can't do in the New Orleans is charge a cap. Right? It's not its strength. All right, so we're going to come out. We're not going to come out broadside. We're going to go ahead and get angled in case there's more ships over here. But we are going to go ahead and light this New Orleans up. And you know, sometimes you get caught. This guy got caught. It happens. I understand. But you do not want to play the New Orleans that aggressive. I'm an aggressive player, and I don't even play the New Orleans this aggressive. And so, the New Orleans, if you guys want to go ahead and see a magic trick here, we're going to turn the New Orleans into a submarine here as we send off 3 of our guns, and we get our Dev Strike. When turning and doing our magic trick where we turn a New Orleans into a submarine. Now, I'm very well aware of the ships that are around, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful here. I want to kind of go dark or limit who can shoot me. Limit who can shoot you in the Bismarck will take you a long way. Particularly at close range. Obviously, Sinop has kind of went around the corner, so now we can engage the Massachusetts and try to either get the superstructure or some of his main guns. That is a very underrated destroying guns in this game, in my opinion. And we're gonna work up. We have our destroyer kind of in front of us, spotting for us, so that's a big help. As you can see, obviously there is the torpedoes, so I know there's a destroyer over here. And I love killing destroyers, and he shows himself. I don't know why you would show yourself here, and he's lucky I didn't have a secondary booster because he would have had a lot more issues than what he did here. At the end of these range, Bismarck secondaries not super accurate. They're not awful, but they're not super accurate. We're gonna get a couple shells on them. You can see we got 2 of them. We got another one there. So we are whittling them down. And the reason I'm happy with that is if he gets into a fight with one of our destroyers, any little bit of health we can take off of him is going to be significant. But the Sinop has showed himself. And we're going to go ahead and take a shot at him. He shoots us. And when we see the guns out, he does get a good shot at us. We're going to turn. He eats some torps, but we're going to go ahead and 100% focus down Sinop now, and there's no reason to charge that destroyer. Charging the destroyer is not super beneficial. I do it more than I should, but I feel like I'm actually pretty good at getting rid of destroyers. It's one of my strengths. And we're gonna angle our guns. Angle our ship. I don't care if I get all my guns on this on Sinop. He's close enough where you're gonna see my secondaries are just gonna light him up. These secondaries are definitely solid fire starters. And like I said, not so worried about getting all 4 guns out, but we're going to go ahead and get a couple guns out and start turning back out, as you can see right away, before he gets another shell at us, or another salvo at us. And we're going to stay angled. I'm kind of keeping an eye back there just to make sure if our destroyer needs help, we can go ahead and help him. But we need to stay angled to sin up and wear him down. And if you play these German secondary ships, I feel correctly, the way I've kind of learned now how to play them, and you don't just charge in and lose all your health, these can be really effective ships. Now, obviously, the XP system is a little bit broken with the secondary ships. You don't get much XP when you're in them, even when you have a good game. This game here, we're only going to get like 2,200 XP, and you see what we do. It's pretty solid, and I think in a lot of other ships it might be 2,700 or even 3,000. But we're going to go ahead and get rid of Sinop here. We see the destroyer has showed himself over there, and you can see the health that we've taken off of him is enough to help our destroyer out over there. So we're going to go and work our way back over there, and obviously it's a Bismarck, and these are the main guns, as you're going to see. When they're at distance, these are not too great. They kind of go, even though that wasn't the worst salvo in the world, Bismarck's not a sniper, guys. If you didn't know, not great at long distance, but if you can close the distance without putting yourself at risk, you're okay. Now over here, we're checking out Gneisenau in Massachusetts. You can see we got a couple heals left. We've gotten rid of a couple ships, and we're feeling pretty good about ourselves. So we're going to go ahead in, and we see Massachusetts going in. I know right where he is. I'm not too worried about a Massachusetts, to be honest with you. If you angle, you're okay. And the secondaries on the Massachusetts, even though I love them and they're accurate, they are not it's not a very good secondary ship. The main guns are really good, even when you build into secondaries, but Bismarck secondaries versus Massachusetts, Bismarcks are definitely better. It is what it is. And I like American battleships, but like I said, we're going to work our way in, and you can see we're not like full throttling in. Well, now we go back to full throttle. We were slowing down. We're just getting Gneisenau in range here to light him up, and we're going to turn in. He's actually going to get a relatively decent shot on me. I thought I could get angled before he shot. That was my mistake there. And we are going to go ahead and start working on him. Obviously, I'm looking over to see when the Massachusetts is spotted. As we get our high caliber at 100,000 there. And there is only him and Massachusetts left, so I am not scared at all. I know what Gneisenau is trying to do here. He's trying to close the distance to torp me, right? So it's not a surprise whenever you see a Gneisenau or a Scharnhorst. One of them German secondary or German ships with torpedoes, they're always going to try to close the distance and torp you. But Massachusetts has shown itself. We take a little bit of a hit from them, but again, not too concerned at close range with Massachusetts. We have a full health heal left, and not too worried. He's completely broadside, but I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the torps. You can see I'm not paying attention to him at all. We're going to get his guns on him, and we're worried about Gneisenau charging us. Like I said, not too worried. Now, right here, I assume he dropped his torps, and I actually hit a button. I must have been the wrong button. Because my sonar clearly don't go off, and I'm thinking my sonar is on. And you can see Massachusetts is going completely broadside here. And this is a mistake I made. I thought my sonar was going, so I would have definitely seen the torps going. We are definitely going to win this battle against Massachusetts slowly but surely. Except for my sonar was never going. I do some dumb stuff occasionally, mostly with button hits, as you guys have seen it previously with like accidentally shutting off AA on California in an aircraft carrier match. I do it a lot. I wish you could. I wish you could have your buttons customized in this game. Warship would allow us to do that. That'd be really handy, and I would have a lot less of them problems. That's where like my biggest mistakes come from, is thinking I hit something and I didn't hit it at all, or hitting the wrong thing. And it's a little bit frustrating, but either way, we burned them down a little bit after that. Like I said, still a respectable game, even though I messed up there. Could have been a really crazy good game, especially with Massachusetts going broadside like he was. Um, but like I said, I don't hesitate pointing out when I do something dumb. I like calling myself a moron when I'm a moron. It happens. But anyway, we had a very respectable game. We really helped our team out. Obviously, we kind of just tanked that whole entire side, and had a blast with it. It was a lot of fun getting a high caliber, um, and just having a good time in the ship. I'm really enjoying the Bismark. I did not think this was a ship because I am a person that is very accuracy oriented. This and the Veneto was a surprise so far on how much I like them once I built and played them the way the game kind of intended them to be played. And that's a big thing, and that's kind of why I've had this having a good time while playing a ship the way it should be played, or the game feels it should be played. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time, folks. Have a good one.